Zach Guy here. Today I've got some Ozark Trail knives. They're inexpensive, and the reason I'm doing this, I had a couple people say, hey, where can I find some inexpensive knives? I don't want to spend $40, $50, $60, whatever, and up on a knife, because they're just looking for something to carry around to cut with and use and abuse, really. So I was at Walmart. I bought these three and this one at my local Walmart. This one I bought at a Walmart up in Kansas. I went up to go to a cabin with my buddy, and he went over to we were at Walmart picking up some supplies before we went out, and he wanted to check on some fish hooks. I saw this particular knife, thought it was kind of cool, wanted to try it, bought it, and used it for the week at the cabin, processing some food for the meals and so on, and just cutting up things in general. We were putting some insulation in, some foam insulation into some one of the buildings out there, and I used this to cut up some of the foam. Worked real well. I didn't have to sharpen it. The steel in these, all they advertise is that it's stainless steel. I've been trying to figure out what kind it is. I'm thinking it's in the 420 range. It's my guess, just based on the way it performs. Like I said, I was out at the cabin all week, just using this as basically a utility knife, and didn't have to sharpen it till I got home. And then it only took me a couple minutes on a strop to get the blade back, the edge back. Like I said, they're Ozark Trail knives. This one is got brass bolsters, brass pins, stainless steel pocket clip, stainless steel liners, and the back spring is stainless steel. The scales are wood. That's all their stuff said. Looking at this, I'm thinking it's a type of oak. It's a hardwood. It doesn't dent easy or anything like that, so I'm thinking it's some type of oak. And it's kind of a handy little knife. It's got a good size grip on it for my hand. And like I said, I used it just as a general camp knife. Just go over the specs on this real quick. First off, it's got a clip point. This is a 3-inch blade, which comes out to 76 millimeters. And then a 4-inch handle, which is 101 millimeters. Overall, it's 7 inches. And that comes out to 177 millimeters. And then it weighs 3.4 ounces, which is 95 grams. And like I was saying, they're all these knives are inexpensive. This particular one was $6. This one, and I believe this one, were $7, and the other two were $6. Very inexpensive type of knife you carry. You loan it to somebody and it gets destroyed, you're not out a lot of money. So, and all these knives were listed on their package. All it said was 7-inch pocket knife. Except for that one, it said it was a 7-inch fixed blade knife. They're not naming them. Now, I've picked up a few of the Ozark Trail knives in the past, and they've all functioned real well. This one, there's a little bit of, fit and finish isn't the greatest. Like coming back this way, my fingernail can catch on that a little bit. But other than that, transitions aren't all that great. But there's nothing there that's going to cause a problem when you're cutting with it. It's a very comfortable knife to use. And put that over there. Now, these three knives have polymer handles, so they're going to be a little bit lighter. They're going to run around 2.5 ounces, and that's 72 grams. But all the other dimensions to it is the same. This is a flipper. It's got a modified sheep's foot blade on it. It's got a little bit of a belly on the blade. It's black. It's got some metal liners inside with the polymer over the top. It has a pocket clip that is removable, and it's a liner lock. And again, this one, for my hand, my pinky just barely fits on there. I think it's mainly because of the way it's shaped, but I can see where this pocket clip would might be a little bit uncomfortable using, but you know, if you're just using it as a utility knife, that's all you need. I mean, you could leave it on there, but it does have two screws on it that you can, I don't know if you can see that there, but it's got two screws there. You can remove that if the pocket clip is getting in the way and you're not clipping it. You don't care if you clip it to your pocket or not. Like I said, liner lock. You can give it a little flick as you're flipping it out. I would think that if you use it a little bit, it'll wear into where it'll flip out a lot easier. But that one's kind of cool. Now this one, I think the only reason it's running a little bit more expensive than the others is that it's got this the inside metal liners are red, and you can see that hopefully in those holes there, and also the pivot pin's red. That's the only reason I could think it costs a little bit more. Again, it's got the polymer handle, and it has a deep carry pocket clip. The other pocket clips are not deep carry, but this one has a deep carry pocket clip. So those two things are different. And it's got a bit of a drop point, and it's a flipper, liner lock. And this one's got kind of a fine point on it. It's I like to say it's very pointy, but black coating on the blade. Again, Ozark Trail, but it's just, like I said, inexpensive knife. I know some guys in the prepping community, they like to have stashes here and there. Something like this, you wouldn't mind putting into a stash, and if you forgot about it, you're not out a lot of money. So that's another benefit of having these knives. Or, like I said earlier, it doesn't bother you if you hand it to someone and they use it and end up destroying it. Now, this one again has the black polymer, has two screws holding that onto the metal. It's got stainless steel bolsters, stainless steel liners. This is a liner lock also, and it's a flipper, and the pocket's a little bit more lower profile, so that one's still a little stiff. This has got a clip point blade. Again, got a nice handle on it. The pocket clip doesn't get that much in the way, but again, that's going to stick out of your pocket away, so you won't have that deep carry. But this has a little bit more of a lockup than the others, and once you use it a little bit, it's going to open easier. But it's got a bit wider blade on it, and just kind of a cool thing to play with and use. And then we come to the fixed blade. It's in a nylon sheath with a plastic insert for the protect the blade or protect the sheath from the blade. Snap, and then it fits in the sheath fairly snugly. The as you can see, it's got a very large belt loop on it. I'd say you could put it on something up to 3 inches wide. But it's a handy little fixed blade. This is a full tang, which is very cool. It's got stainless steel bolsters, polymer scales on it with stainless steel rivets. And this one weighs in at 3.7 ounces, which is 104 grams. It's a drop point. It's got a bit of a swedge up here. This one, I think, because the shape of the handle, on me, the pinky is going onto this sloped area here, so it just feels a little weird at first, but I think it would make a decent little camp knife. Again, 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. I just thought it was cool that it was a fixed blade, and I do like the smaller knives for using around camp, just doing general chores. And that's about it. Just to put all these in perspective, especially this one, put this one right here. I put my Buck 112 Slim, and it's about the same size as the Buck 112. All of them are approximately the same size. So now this is going to be a little bit bigger, but you know, the blade is about the same size. Actually, the blade on my Buck 112 is just a hair under 3 inches. Where's my? Well, yeah, grab my measuring stick here, and yeah, it comes in at just about 3 7/8 of an inch. I mean 2 7/8 of an inch on the blade. So the Buck blade is just a little bit shorter than these, but the size comparison is the same. So just wanted to show that. And that about covers it. Like I said, this one I've used a lot, and they all have the same steel. I think these two have the thicker blades. That's got a fairly thick blade too. And the others are a little bit thinner. But for just a general utility pocket knife or something to put into a stash that you want to have somewhere, you know, throw in the truck, car, whatever, just to have a spare blade, can't go wrong with these, especially at the prices that they're at. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and remember, always be prepared.